Alrighty guys, Chippey12 here with the second part of my cube drafting extravaganza. And if you saw where we left off, we have a soul ring. And basically what that means is we don't look at anything else, but we should anyway, because we have an Earthquake, Isamaru, some very good aggro cards. We even got a Spirit of the Labyrinth, which would probably be the best one to take, just to shut down control decks, and it's a 3-1 for 2. But one of the number one rules for Cube, and you could ask almost any Cuber this, and they will respond that you never pass a Soul Ring, because Soul Ring is just so powerful that it can ruin games. So, Soul Ring. And now we have Wolfir Avenger, Chroma, Marsh Flats, Caracas, Micaeus, a Thragtusk, unexpectedly absent, which is one of my favorite removal cards, Mind Twist, which is a very powerful black card, Mind Slaver, Lightning Greaves, and we have a Marsh Flats. We have the Stomping Ground, which could be very good early on if we need some color fixing, and it's a shock land. We don't have to worry about taking the 2 life. And don't listen to what people tell you. Color fixing is a great thing to take early on, even though it's last pack. But it's definitely very powerful, especially if you're going in a deck that needs, especially a 3-color, where you're going to need to pull something that you can play right away in an aggressive deck. So I feel like we could pass some of this other stuff just for the Stomping Ground, especially because we don't really have any mana fixing yet. So I'm going to take that. We have an Incinerate, which is very powerful removal, Avacyn, which is ridiculous, and Zealous Conscripts, which can turn the game around. If we're looking at the aggressive stuff, we got Shine of Burning Rage and Hellspark Elemental, as well as a Spike Shot Elder. So we got some good choices here. Zealous Conscripts can be very good, especially since we don't have all that much in the high cost range. We need to look at stuff that's lower too, though, because you can never have enough of that in an aggro deck. And Hellspark Elemental is very powerful, as it can attack turn 2 for 3 damage, trample, and you can bring it back again later. Incinerate is just very powerful removal. It's like Lightning Bolt, basically, except it costs 2, but the creature can't be regenerated. And you can also do it to their face. So, Shine of Burning Rage is very good as well. I'm hoping some of this stuff will come back around. That's a tough call between these 3, I think. The Zealous Conscripts, Hellspark Elemental, and Shine of Burning Rage. And the Incinerate, too. But I feel like we already have quite a bit of direct damage, and we need some more low drop creatures that'll get some damage through, so I'm going to go with the Hellspark Elemental. Here we have a Hex Parasite, Life in the Loam Grave Color, Steam Vents, Dragon Skull Summit, Arbor Elf, Primarily Hydra, Elspeth Turel. Elspeth Turel is probably one of my favorite planeswalkers in that it gets a ton of tokens out as soon as you play it. And that can work pretty well aggressively too, even though it's a 5-drop. You get 3 tokens out for 5 mana that's repeatable for at least 2 turns, as long as they don't kill it. And she can also build herself up. So I feel like she might be the pull, although I'm not sure if it's worth it just to get 3 tokens for 5 mana. Arbor Elf can be helpful in getting more low guys out there, or some of our higher costed guys. Hex Parasite can destroy planeswalkers and is a lot of fun, although we already have a lot in our 1-drop slot. Man, that's a tough call, but I feel like it should be an Arbor Elf here. We have a Wrath of God, Raging Ravine, which is a man-land that's in our colors, a Chroma's Vengeance, and a Wrath of God. We got 2 mass removal spells. Bitter Blossom, which is ridiculous, but not quite in our colors. Summoning Trap. Oh, we're getting a phone call here. Sorry about that noise. Face Fetters is great removal. It's a tough call, really. I feel like we should go with one of the mass removal just in case we're going to need it. And I feel like it's going to be the Wrath of God because Chroma's Vengeance costs too much. Unless we want to go with the Raging Ravine, which can be a pretty sweet creature. I'm going to... Oh boy. We have the balance already, which can help us. I'm going to go with the Raging Ravine. Godless Shrine, Bogarden, Hellkite, Sulphur Falls, Sunblast Angel. We have a Mishra's Factory, a not Soul Ring, we already got one of those, Oblivion Ring, Vault Scourge, and a Primal Command. Garden Hellkite can win the game for us, just get anything we need to through, and also deal the direct damage. I feel like that might be the pull here. Although Mishra's Factory is also very good, that could also be it. As well as Oblivion Ring. Man, I keep getting stuck between like three things. This we can turn into a creature very early on if we don't need it for the mana. Yeah, I'm gonna have to say it's a Mishra's Factory. And we shouldn't overlook the Vault Scourge either, just because even though if we take the damage, it can still gain us the life back. Not that that really matters for us because we're playing aggressive. Reckless Waif is the only real aggressive card here. We've got a Gilded Lotus and a Scalding Tarn. Scalding Tarn in case we need the green mana we can get off of a Stomping Ground Regrowth. We've already got the Ewet, and I don't even know if we'll play it really. Revelark. Revelark's pretty sweet as well. We can get some of our creatures back with it when it dies, or we evoke it. How much? We've got quite a bit in the one drop, but we could always fit more. Actually, I think I'm going to go with the Revelark here, because it's a big flyer, and we can also get some of our creatures back. Hey, it's Brimaz, another new addition to the cube, and I just can't pass him up. I mean, he's a 3/4 for 3 vigilance, and he brings in a bunch of tokens. I mean, he fits into an aggro deck anyway, and he's just a ridiculous card overall, so he's going in there. Spirit of the Labyrinth came back, that's good. We've also got Wildfire here. Each player sacrifices 4 lands, and it deals 4 damage to each creature. That'd kill most of our creatures, though, even though we don't need as much land as our opponent. So that would be a good pick, although I'm going to go with the Spirit of the Labyrinth. We've got Chroma, Lightning Greaves, and Carakas, and Mindslaver. I don't really see us playing. Carakas can be pretty sweet if we need to get rid of one of their legendary creatures. Lightning Greaves is a great one to give a creature haste if we have a big one we need to play, and Achroma is another big baddie that we could play. And it doesn't have haste, I guess. I thought it did, but it doesn't. And we can play it early on with Morph. I'm gonna, that's between these 3 again, but I think I'm gonna go with the Carakas. Here we have the Perilous Myrrh and the Spike Shot Elder in our colors. I'm gonna go with the Spike Shot Elder because it's direct damage. Although so is this. But this can come in turn 1 as well. This is repeatable. Yeah, we'll go with the Spike Shot Elder. Hex Parasite's in our colors. And here we have, let's see what Summoning Trap does. I should know what it does because it's in my cube, but I don't. And this counted. Okay, top 7 cards. That's pretty sweet if we can cast it for 0, but I don't know how often this can come up. We already have some board wipe though, so we'll go with the Summoning Trap. And here we're between the Vault Scourge and the Sunblast Angel. They can both work well in our deck. Vault Scourge can get a lot of damage through early as it's a flyer and gain us some of our life back. Although we'd be paying 2 life to play it. But I'm going to go with the Sunblast Angel just to get rid of their creatures that they don't leave up for blocking. Yeah, I'll go with the Sunblast Angel because we have a lot of low cost. Hey, and Reckless Waif came back, so that's not too bad. And now we are on to the deck building, which I'll try to go quickly through. Actually, I'm not going to do that until we get all our stuff. Not sure if we'll play land hacks. We got Goblin Guide, Burst Lightning, all these great 1-drop stuffs, and a Soul Ring. Probably won't play Hex Parasite. We got the Jit and the Winter Orb, Balance, and a Stormblood Berserker, Hellspark Elemental, Spirit of Labyrinth, yes. Ewet maybe, Keldon Vandals, Flames of the Firebrand, Silverblade Paladin, Blade Splicer, Brimaz. Maybe the Metamorph, but probably not. Huntmaster, we're probably not going to play the Dynamo. Hero of Bladehold, maybe the Angelic Destiny, Murderous Redcap. Jiki, Cloud Goat Ranger, excuse me, Revelark, Sun Titan, Summoning Trap we probably won't play either, Sunblast Angel, and Elish Norn. So I've got 35 cards in here, and I'm running out of time, so I'm just going to start doing this quickly, see what we need to cut. We're cutting the Summoning Trap to so many one-drops, I love it. Although we don't really need the Hex Parasite, I feel, as much. Huntmaster is just too fun. I feel like we need to keep the green, just splashing for that. Maybe we won't keep the Arbor Elf, but yeah, that's a tough call there. We might end up cutting the Huntmaster, although it's a very good aggressive card for a 4-drop slot. I feel like we keep basically all of this, maybe cut the Stormblood Berserker, although it's a great attacker. We're definitely keeping the Umezawa shit and the Winter Orb, and the Balance, and probably the Spirit of the Labyrinth. Probably cut one of these, and I'd say it's between these two here. We get 2 creatures off this though, but this gives double strike. Although the cost is a bit rougher on that one. That's a tough call. Angelic Destiny we probably don't need, though it's a great card. I love all these. I'm just doing this quickly, so eeny, meeny, miny, mo. We're cutting the Silverblade Paladin. We should cut some of our one-drops, the worst ones. I don't like Spike Shed Elder as much just because it's a 1/1, even though it can do the direct damage. I don't feel like our mana's going to be that open, so I'm going to cut that. Let's see. We've got 3 direct damage in here, and I don't think we need it. So I feel like out of all of it, we're going to cut the Burst Lightning. Because we still have some more direct damage in Flames of the Firebrand as well. We're down to 27. We should be at 24 if we're an aggressive deck. I feel like we still have too many high-cost cards, though, so I say we cut the Sunblast Angel. Elish Norn will be great to pump all our aggro guys, and possibly kill some of their own guys. These are all awesome, and we need to cut 2 more cards. I like all the low stuff we have here. Yeah, we're not cutting Soul Ring. We don't have any of the fetch lands, although it can be a 2/3 anyway on turn 2. So that's never a bad thing. I think we will cut the Arbor Elf, and we'll just splash for the Huntmaster because I think it's good. And we need to cut one more thing. Could be the Revelark. What are we going to copy with him? Maybe a Burmaz would be sweet, and then we get more tokens. So I don't think that's bad. We have a lot of creatures with power 2 or less. So I like to see that, although late game I'm not sure it's as important. So I think we're going to cut the Revelark, just because we want to focus on the early game more. And then we will play Caracass and Mishra's Factory in the Raging Ravine, Stomping Ground, Hall of the Bandit Lord, and Temple of Abandon. We've got quite a bit of red-green here. 3 altogether. We get 10 more lands. We have a ton of red, so that's going to be our main priority. With probably 5, I want to say. And I better hurry this up. So we've got also 4 plains and 1 forest, since we already have quite a bit of green. I don't know if it's really necessary to have that with all the green we have. Maybe I should just bring this to a 5. Just go 5 and 5? Not sure. Could be a 6 and 4, but we've got quite a bit of red lands here too. So that's it. That's my deck here. Thanks for watching. Please comment, subscribe, and keep watching for Magic videos.